the dismissal of the other officer. I haven't spent 20-something years in the force. But I'm looking for a more coordinated, is it not punishment now, a more coordinated means of using the proceed of this technology. Let me give you different instances.
Proceeds?
Yes, that's the product. Like if I take my mobile phone, I take a shot, that's the product of the mobile technology. Now, look at scenarios where you have mobile traffic offenders. It's rude. And I think it's even costing the economy more to have officers on the highway flagging you down and asking for particulars that cannot be verified. I listened to my uncle yesterday, your yesterday program, when she said, "Am I even sure that the documents I have for my car is correct?" I'm looking at a situation where right on the highway, you have a technology that will access, you know, I'm a preacher of national database, where I could just access you, get certain information regarding about you on the spot. It could be a last mile agent, it could be the road safety officer, it could be any of these agencies. But the question I'm still asking is, if you don't have information about X, Y, because ICT, technology generally, we build it on information. That is why it is information communication technology. But when you don't have that to work with, if, for example, the tag, because I did one about 3 years ago on the island, if the police tag of that guy was not captured in that video, we could say that the face was another person. But the person that took the shot was able to pick the tag, that's the police registration number, was able to pick all of that, and I believe the police now ran that through their database, they were able to come up with that. But I'm looking at some other agencies that I could, like, something happened to me. I was just in traffic, and there was the red and the green, and when we had the green, my driver was moving towards, that was Ikoyi, and all of a sudden I just saw a traffic police just came in with Okada and stopped the car. I was right there. Fortunately that I wasn't reading the newspaper, so I was still just seeing what was going on. So I just told him, stop. So when he stopped, I said, don't come down. I came down. And I said, good morning, officer. Any problem? He said, Una don't see the... And the moment he was talking, I knew that this guy was not educated. Because it was... And they've been doing that on that route. They will just stop you, especially when they discover that you are a corporate person, you have a meeting, they want to just use that opportunity to extort money out of you. All I did was just to take my mobile phone while he was talking to me, and I placed a call to a friend, not even to a government or a prosecuting officer. I just placed a call and I said, I have one of the Nigerian police officers that we're trying to get rid of here. And I quickly quoted his number. Immediately his boss came and said, Oga, sorry sir, sorry for disturbing you, and we are sorry sir. And he asked me to be moved.
So his boss was somewhere?
This bus was somewhere, hanging by the what's it called, the pole to the street light. That is Nigeria. I'm giving you real life scenario.
You talked about, use of technology, and we do know that recently we've been asked to change plate numbers.
Correct.
And one of the reasons why we're asked to change plate numbers was because they say they can trace it easily, that, you can be stopped and, they're holding mobile devices, and I don't know if anybody has experienced it. I'm yet to experience, being stopped and, my plate number being imputed.
Pop up.
Exactly. I'm being checked. In fact, I'm yet to see any traffic control official of either the federal government or even the state government holding any gadget that looks like they're going to be checking anything through it. All I've seen is a walkie-talkie at best.
Is it functional?
A friend of mine recently, even look at a deeper scenario, wanted to sell his car. And the question came up that, was he going to sell the car with the new plate number? Because the plate number is actually registered with, with your data.
Yeah.
Your date of birth and all of that. And the dealer quickly mentioned, he said, that one no be problem now. We go sell them, we will just go do affidavit. And I asked him a question. I said, have you asked from the office of the monitoring unit, FRC, and to confirm if actually you can transfer
the plate number?
And I was shocked when one of the officers mentioned to me that if you look at your vehicle license, you have the plate number also attached to the vehicle license. And really, the vehicle license is for the vehicle. Just follow this scenario. It's for the vehicle. But you also have the plate number registered to you. Because you own that. It's supposed to be transferable to any other car you're going to buy.
Yes.
Now, he now said that there is still, I'm sorry and I stand to be corrected, that there is still a gross error in that system. Because if the plate number, the vehicle license itself is still bearing that plate number, by the time you are going to sell off your car, you're not going to sell it off without the papers that give them the privilege of giving you that license. So the implication is that you're still going to transfer your plate number.
And I think FRSC has got to come clean, speak up perhaps on this particular matter you raised, because the complaints, lots of them too that we have heard about people who sell their cars and the plate number goes with it, and then they also somehow able to do the change from their office over there. And that's contrary to what the FRSC says happens. So perhaps we'll focus on that at a later date.
Maybe let me just digress now and just enlighten the masses on some of these too, because sometimes you may be carrying something more effective than the gun. I'm one of the people that believe that if you are holding a mobile device and you have the backbone of the internet, you are very well equipped. If you look at frauds, even outside Nigeria these days that have been brought to the public, it's due to people using some of these technologies. You know, a number of us just think that the social network are just there for you to just chat and while up your time. But of course, I know there are people that will come up with cases that are not real. They will just cook up something and put it up on the social media page. But I think, I'm not clamoring for channel, but I think this is a time for us to realize that aspect we call the eye reporter of channels. I don't know what you call it now.
Eyewitness.
Eyewitness. Where if I have a particular incident of fraud by a police officer, I can take that shot and just send it. While sending it, you can go further, because I mentioned to you that Google came around about 2 years ago, and they had training for some of these young Nigerians on how to use the Google app, the Google Map, the Google OpenStreet, for you to take geolocation, because you can actually attach a tag to the video or the picture you are sending to verify that you are not taking that shot from a newspaper or copying it from the internet.
So it's not superimposed.
It's not superimposed. You cannot. When you take that shot, you can. It's encrypted on that document that you have the coordinate of where the event actually took place. The time is also attached and could be sent down to channels. I know that if you look
and that's enough verification.
It's enough.
Which is accurate.
It's enough verification, because you can't actually alter that. It's just a matter of it's all embedded in all of our devices.
But really, are we ready? I remember then you were really in our old studios then when we were going close to the elections. We talked about it, and in some instances, people called in to say they were not. People called in to say, well, they couldn't use their cell phones in the polling booths, and now we're getting to see that people can actually take their phones into some offices. So what can people do in all of this? Can we also place a CCTV and see what the officer does?
I have my style, and a number of us knows that there is no how you can keep information from getting out of a particular organization. There are several tools available even in the open market. I've cited some, even in our open market in Nigeria here, that you can use beyond the smartphone, beyond the iPad, beyond the Android, that you can use to take some of these shots. You have the spy pen, you have the spy button, you have pendants for ladies. Do you know there are wedding rings that are embedded with cameras? And there are a number of things you can do. But what I tell people is, I'm still like, not just about you getting this thing, but which channel are you going to send it to? Because I cannot just keep it on my phone as a souvenir. I need to have a means of sending it somewhere.
Don't worry. They should just watch this space, because Marco will tell them subsequently, maybe in the course of time, how all of this will work.
No comments. No comments on that.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Benjamin Shamala is a consultant systems engineer. We're back after this break. Join us again.